choosing a Twitter username. When you choose a username, it will be the @ symbol and then your username after that. This is what most of your followers are going to see in their Twitter stream, so if possible, use your full business name. But make sure that it's clear and concise. You also want it to be memorable to you and your business. And also be descriptive of you, your product, or your service. Make it as short as reasonably possible. If you have a common business name or a common name, it might already be taken, and that way you can tack on to the end of it maybe your industry or your service, things like that. But you want to make sure it's as short as possible. Here's some examples of good usernames and bad usernames. A good username: if you are a business in the forestry industry in the state of Florida, a good username might be FL, for the abbreviation for Florida, forestry. It's nice and short, but it describes what you do and where you're located. A bad username, however, would be forestry_9876, where those numbers have nothing to do with your business or who you are. As far as your customers and followers can tell, they have no idea what that means. However, if your company name is Forestry9876 for some reason, maybe that stands for something, then that would be a fine username, but normally you don't want to end in a string of numbers. Another bad example is if it's too long. If you spell out the entire word State of Florida, Forestry Consulting, that's way too long. Another thing to keep in mind, when you're mentioned in a tweet, or your tweets are retweeted, or you're replied to, your username is going to be included at the beginning of the tweet. So to allow for your entire message to be retweeted as often as possible, make sure your username isn't ridiculously long. This is why you want to keep it relatively short.